But I felt the need to go live right now because and usually I'm jovial, I'm happy. You guys know Harrison Family Vlogs is all about presenting positivity and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that the outcome of this live stream would be a positive outcome. I'm not sure how, but I'm hoping so. We live in a time, especially today, where people who look like me, that live in America, people who have my skin tone, a little lighter, a little darker, people that look like me, don't feel like we have a place in this nation, like we have a say in this nation. We don't even feel like we are looked at as human beings. How you doing, Elena? I hope you're well. Yes, go to sleep. Please, by all means, go to sleep, right? So black people in America don't feel like human beings. The stories of others that we've heard, the stories that media puts out there of black people aren't positive. So people grow up who are not black thinking that black people are animals. Hey, Tiffany Chanel, I saw your video. Great stuff. A lot of tools I was able to confirm and some I'm going to apply. But I really have to, really talk about this, right? So and that's the thing, like with the media portraying us to be a certain way, it dehumanizes us, right? And it hurts me, right? It really does hurt me because we are looked at as less than. Like we are looked at as the lowest of lows in America just because the tone and the coloration of our skin, our pigmentation, our melanin. And a lot of that has to do with how the media portrays us. So when black people die, it's normalized and it's okay, right? People will get more upset at a dog being shot and killed than a black person being shot and killed in America. Okay? It's insane. Breonna Taylor's in her apartment gets killed by police, and these men, these murderers, don't get charged. They don't get charged. They lost their jobs. Way to go. But they get off scot-free. Maybe a civil case. Oh, no. There was a civil case, and he won $12 million. But they got off without a charge. Without a charge, right? I'm going to show you guys I'm going to show you guys this. Like, this really ticked me off. Let me show you this, all right? It's on YouTube. I'll share the link in the description after the video goes live. But take a look at this video. Please take a look. This happened just last month. Okay? Just last month. Take a look at this video. And I hope you can hear it. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio, please.
In August of last year,
Hello?
Arlington police officer Ravi Singh was called to a welfare check on Maggie Brooks.
But she was simply a woman laying under a shade tree with her dog.
Seconds after he found her, her dog ran towards him.
Get back!
The dog had a minor injury, but 31-year-old Brooks was shot in the chest and killed. Wednesday, a Tarrant County grand jury indicted Singh for negligent homicide.
Why deadly force? Why is that the go-to? So that's the hard part.
Maggie's father, Troy Brooks, says the charge is a start.
It's kind of a burden lifted off our shoulders.
Both he and attorney Lee Merritt hoped for the more severe charge of manslaughter and are also focused on civil changes.
That we want to push this case as far as we need to challenge qualified immunity.
They credit the department for releasing video quickly, but say the cameras being off or muted.
Do you want me to keep this running, my body cam? Just really quickly. Me to mute this for a second. Yeah.
Highlight issues that need to change.
And what we saw happen there, I think, violates the public trust because transparency is going to be key.
Troy has spent decades as a firefighter in Arlington. To him, the issue is understanding what service means.
But we both swore the same oath. And so I think we both have the same responsibility.
Maggie was a mother of 3. Troy is now raising 2 of them.
If we as adults are having trouble with this, what are these kids? How are they processing?
Ravi Singh faces up to 2 years in prison. Brooks is still dealing with a lifetime without his daughter.
You still, when you think of them, you think about that little girl you swung around or pushed on a swing, and that giggle and that laugh.
In Fort Worth, I'm William Joy.
Yo, first off, what happened to her was tragic. What happened to her was tragic, and I would never wish that on anybody. I don't. Okay? But did you hear what her father was saying? Her father was saying what black people have been saying for the past several years. Past several years. They highlighted her as being a single mom with 3 kids, and how dad will not, like, he thinks back to when she was young, how he used to swing her around. Breonna Taylor, right? They tried to pin drug cases on her. Let me show you the differences now. White lady, black lady. He looks like an officer somewhere in the East. The officers that killed Breonna Taylor, Caucasian. One's being charged. The other one's not. The other cops who not being charged. You guys see it here? And then we have people out there that say things like, we have to let justice go. You got to believe in the justice system. How can we believe in the justice system when the justice system is not blind? It's not blind. They see black people. And when they see black people, they see black people as less than. That's how police officers are able to kill unarmed people and get away with it. Unarmed black people and get away with it. Because if they kill anybody else unarmed, then they get charged and they get reprimanded, right? I think that this father should feel this way he should. I think that this officer should be charged for his, and yes, he was a rookie cop, 6 months on the job, dogs coming at him, he's trying to defend himself. And here's the thing, he's literally trying to defend himself from a dog attacking, and in his inexperience, he shoots, and in the line of fire, he kills this lady, all right? These officers go in with a no-knock warrant, kill her without cause. She's dying. She can receive medical attention, and they don't get on their radios and call for medical attention, and they're not charged. This officer, no matter what he looked like, should be charged for the killing of this lady. Those officers that murdered Breonna Taylor should be charged, no matter what they look like. All right. And I'm a little frustrated with this. All right. This video just came out. Already, they released the footage. They charged this officer. All right. And Breonna Taylor's murderers got off scot-free. There was a civil case. And you know who paid the civil case? The city in which the cops live in. I believe that there are good people all over, and I don't believe that all police officers are bad. But I will say this, and until there are officers out there that can prove me wrong, I'm going to stand by this statement. There is a blue line that if there are bad cops on that other side of the blue line, the good cops won't say anything about the bad cops because they don't want to cross that blue line. They will stick together. Boys in blue, brothers in blue. I get it. I get the camaraderie. I understand it. But how are you going to effectively police communities and you can't even effectively police yourselves? How? How, Sway? How? It can't be done. You cannot come in to New York City housing projects trying to police them, and you can't even successfully police yourselves. How are you holding communities accountable, but you can't hold yourselves accountable? I believe in the necessity of having police departments and maintaining order. I believe it, but I believe it from a community standpoint. People in our community should protect and serve the people in our community. Okay, I believe in the purpose of having police departments that protect and serve, not protect and intimidate, not intimidate and murder, not intimidate and murder and get away with it. There's no checks and balances, it seems. Where are the checks and balances? Where? You know what it is? I think it's the police officers won't charge because they don't want to admit fault. Because when they admit fault, they got to overhaul the whole thing. And the whole thing has to be overhauled. It's crazy. Like, these men got away with murder. Right? Murder. This cop did not get away with murder. And he wasn't even trying to kill her. I'm a loving person. I love everybody, right? And it's going to sound like cliche, but I do have police officers that are family, friends that I respect highly, right? But every single officer that I've heard, every single one, and if you can show me one, let me know. Every single officer that I've heard cross that blue line and report other officers was either fired, bullied, like bullied bad to the point of death threats and all that stuff from their other officers, right? How can we trust the justice system when the justice system has outcomes like this? How can we fully trust? And the thing is, I want to trust the police. I do, right? I got pulled over a couple of weeks ago. And this is a true, honest story. I got pulled over a couple of weeks ago, right? The first thing I did, right, was roll down my windows, take the key out the ignition, put the key on top of the dashboard, take my wallet out, my whole wallet out, put that in the dashboard. And before they even got out the car, I would reach in the glove compartment, pulled out every single document that they needed, and put it on top of the dashboard so I'm not reaching for anything. And before they left the car, both my hands were outside of the window so that they could see my hands. Why? Because I didn't want them to even use the fact that I was a threat, reaching for something so that they can justifiably kill me. And it's not that I want to do that. I feel like I don't know if I can fully trust because I don't know which officer I'm going to see. Am I going to see one of the good ones or am I going to see one of the bad ones that the good ones don't report? And they're afraid to report because if they cross that blue line, their families are in danger.